me is the ever beautiful and lovely Chef Amy. Say hi to Chef Amy.
Hi.
Alright, so we're going to be making one of my favorite summertime dishes. It is the chicken Souvlaki wrap. It's a Greek thing. Amy, I think you've had this before, haven't you?
Yeah.
It's amazing. You don't have to do a whole lot with this except for the prep, and you can take this to work with you on a nice hot day. Munch down, it's savory, it's sweet, it's got everything you want. Amy, are you excited to try this?
Yes.
Well, sucks for you, because that's not what's going to happen. What we're doing today, right now, is we're making our marinade for our chicken. If you let your chicken marinate a little bit and you let it soak in all its juice and the juices in the marinade, it actually, believe it or not, it will actually turn out better the longer it's sitting and you're waiting for it. So I'm sorry, Amy, you're not getting this today. We're gonna leave this until some point tomorrow. So I've got a couple cloves of garlic. I'm gonna put it in the food processor. If you don't own one, I really suggest you get it. Food processors are great. Amy, do you like sitting with a knife and finely grating everything?
No.
Yeah, neither do I. It sucks. So get a food processor. If you don't have one, not a big deal. Just take a knife and just cut it as finely as you can. And if we look in here, and if you do have a food processor, especially if you're not the one that's probably going to be doing dishes, take the plate out, put it right beside the sink, not in the sink.
Yes.
Because what's going to happen is Amy's going to get ready to start doing dishes, and she's going to put her hand in, and she's not going to think about it being there because probably not going to do dishes for a couple hours.
And I'm going to get cut bad.
Yeah, really bad. So it's not a good thing.
No.
So I've got chicken here, and I'm not using all of this. I'm actually planning on making some cock soup. And before you start getting a little weird with me saying it that way, cock soup is actually a legitimate Jamaican dish. So that's what they call it. Don't ask me why. They try to say they make it out of rooster, but most likely it's chicken. So I'm saving this for some soup later. And the reason that I'm only using a small amount is Amy's the only one that's going to eat it. So
Yeah.
So in here, I'm going to put some canola oil. Olive oil would be better, but the price of oil today, part of what I love to teach is always buy what you can afford. Sometimes I might use like an expensive ingredient to you, and you just like, hey Paul, I don't know that I can do this because it's expensive. Well, yeah, you know what? If it's a money issue and you can get a substitute that's just as good, do it. Canola oil is good. It's not. It's one of the better oils, so it's not a big deal. Just for the sake of the dish, it probably would be more appropriate to have olive oil because this is very much a Greek dish.
But olive oil is the most expensive oil now.
So this is what we have, and so this is what we're getting. So the couple cloves of garlic that we just blended, try to clean out as much as you can from the food processor because it's so finely grated that it might be a little bit painful. If you're not a huge garlic fan, then you know what? Stick to 1 clove. Have some garlic because it does help. It's good for you too. It really is. I'm gonna dump some Mexican oregano. Typically, you just use the regular stuff, but I don't know if we even have it. So
I don't think we do.
I'll have to get some. I'm gonna put some pepper. And here's gonna be the fun part. We're going to get the zest of half a lemon. And I'm not even going to give it half a lemon. I'm just going to give
A little bit.
Yeah, I don't think we need to go too crazy. Now, if you're having issues finding a lemon, you can get lemon juice. That works just fine. We do this with lime juice all the time.
It smells good.
So, you know what? I probably will just go ahead and do half. And before you put this in the wash in the sink, you might want to just get rid of some of the scrapings because, you know, it's food product. Make sure you get the most out of it. Then we're going to squeeze the rest of this lemon.
To get the juice.
Yeah, we want the juice.
And that tool does a really good job of getting it all out, too.
You can get them on Amazon. Fairly inexpensive. It's not as expensive as you think. But I would really recommend this. Recommend this to anybody. It's great. And now, last but not least, we're going to put some Dijon mustard. Go to your store and try to pick up some, whatever you find that's cheapest. I mean, like, it's not that important, the actual brand. They mostly all taste the same. But if there's something on sale this week, and we're going to give this a good mix, but if there's something on sale, you know, try the sale price, because honestly, it'll do wonders. Now, a lot of people use chicken thighs or chicken breast. If you're chicken thighs would probably be my first choice. This is ground chicken breast, but this is going to be going into a wrap. So I mean, the view of it's not really that important. You just want to have this mixed, and what Amy's going to do, she's going to find the cover for this. She's going to set this in the fridge, and yeah, that's going to be it. Like that, this is going to be a great meal.
It's going to be really good.
Oh, I think it's going to be awesome. It's gonna have a lot of rich flavors to it. And when you think about this, I mean, this really didn't take that long to make. It really didn't. It was quick and easy.
Yeah.
Mind you, this is only one part, and there's still quite a bit left to do. But you know, this is going to be done. You'll like it. It's going to be good, and I hope you enjoy. So we'll be back tomorrow when we're ready to. Finish. Welcome back. So again, we're working on making chicken souvlaki. This is going to be an amazing meal. No sugar, very healthy. You don't have to eat this hot, but you can. Nice hot summer day. You just don't want to cook. You can make this all in advance, and you can eat this whenever and however you want. It's a great healthy thing. Amy enjoys it. Everybody enjoys it. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to make our topping. It's kind of like a relish. So to do this, I'm going to put some onion in the food processor. Onion is a very important part, and by all means, if you're trying to stay healthy, this is probably one of the best things you'll ever do.
Onion is extremely healthy.
It is. I can't say that enough. Onion is just an amazing thing to have.
Some people might not think that onion's healthy because it's in a lot of fast food, but it actually is very healthy.
Now, this isn't like McDonald's, because McDonald's has a history of putting sugar.
Put sugar, yeah.
They'll add sugar, and you ask, well, why would they do that? Well, quite simple. How many people can sit there and say that that they enjoyed eating a lot of meals with their parents. Most of us didn't. Like, we'd have to be bribed into it. I mean, why do you think we have desserts? Like,
Yeah.
come over here. Like, the most real answer you'll ever get, because Amy will never lie to you. Amy will be 100% honest, and she'll tell you the truth 100%. Amy, when you're growing up, eating a meal with your parents, how eager were you to actually eat the meal? Was it actually easy for you, or did you have a hard time at the start before you started eating it?
Easy.
You found it easy? Your parents
Yeah.
didn't have to bribe you?
No.
No, Amy is what you'd call a good girl. She listened to her parents and she was good. So, I mean, maybe not the best example, but most of us, we had to be bribed a little bit. Why do you think parents got desserts for us?
Yeah.
Like, if you don't eat your meal, you're not getting dessert. I mean, that's just the way it is. Like, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
You're right.
So therefore, places like McDonald's, what they'll do, come on out for a minute, Amy. What they'll do is they'll add sugar to a lot of their ingredients. Their sauces will be heavily laced with it. Very, very heavily laced. Their
Sugar and
their
salt.
meat and salt.
Yeah,
Like,
and a lot of grease.
if you watch enough cooking videos, you'll find that a lot of people sit and say salt is flavor, and it is. But it's not good for you.
No, it's not.
It's really not good for you, and this will have to do more. It's not good for you. But there's a lot of things that taste amazing but aren't necessarily good for you, and you have to wonder why. Well, the reason is sometimes we have to have that extra flavor before we're going to agree to eat it.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, let's face it, if it doesn't taste good, why would we want to eat it? We're not. It's as simple as that. We're not going to eat it. I'm blessed to have a really wonderful wife that is very open to eating a lot of different things. So I've got some tomato, onion, and then I got some parsley. I couldn't actually get any fresh parsley, but this actually is pretty good. Still fresh, but it's just not the same thing. We're going to add a little pepper. I'm not adding salt at all to this because, and even if you are somebody who can and likes to have salt, do not add salt to this, because all salt's going to do, it's going to bring out the moistness, and it's just going to make this too wet.
Yeah.
A little bit of wetness is all right. Now to help prevent this to go brown, because Amy's going to find the cover for us, but a little bit of lime or even lemon is really good for keeping things fresh without going brown and stuff. It's going in the fridge. I'm not leaving it out. I'm not ready to quite cook everything yet. And what you're going to do is you're going to take a few minutes. If you have a big enough food processor, you shouldn't have this problem. But you're going to take a few minutes and you're going to stir this around so that it's mixed around, and this is basically going to be like a relish. Now, Amy's a little busy today. One thing about Amy, and I'll explain this to you guys, and if you're interested, message Amy. Like, this is the best thing you'll ever do, because Amy's the queen of this. She will, she'll play games, she'll do surveys, and she makes a lot of money out of this. I mean, it's not enough that she can quit her job or anything like that. I'm not saying that. But Amy actually makes a lot of money off of things like misplay. We do cash walk. What's the other big one, Amy?
There's a few.
Rewardia?
Rewardia.
Yeah.
But Amy does a lot of that, and believe it or not, I mean, like, she's made a killing off of it. I think last year alone she made over $1,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
$1,000 just doing crazy things like playing games. Now, I am going to ask Amy to come out for 2 seconds, because this is something Amy and I have something in our heart for, and we find this to be a very serious thing, because we have a lot of friends and family who suffer with a lot of different diseases like diabetes, heart issues. Come on over, Amy. And other things that we're just not going to name, and I'm not even going to name who. Doesn't matter. But we have a lot of friends and family that suffer a lot of things. And when it comes to our diets, which is a really big part of treatment, we have to find alternative ways to eat and not have things be affected negatively.
Yeah.
We've helped one of our good friends in the southern states bring her blood sugar from our equivalent of being on a regular 49, which honestly she should be in the hospital in coma, but she isn't. And we've gotten her blood sugars down to the equivalent of 9 or 10. Still not perfect, but there's a huge drop.
Yeah.
Healthy eating can do so much for you that it's just wonderful. We don't want to come out and just say it's a Christian ministry because it kind of makes it seem like we're kind of closed off to just Christians, and that's not what we're going for. We want to speak out to everybody and anybody. There's always going to be somebody who's not going to be so favorable. We're not going to be so favorable to, like, say, yeah, we make some things with pork, and if that's not your thing or it's against what you believe in, you know, that's fine. We respect that. By all means, go ahead and do what you need to do. If you're a vegan, obviously there's going to be some things that we don't eat or that we're going to eat that's not your style. That's fine. To each your own. We all have things we like and we don't like. Amy will eat liver and onions.
Yeah.
Because it does help with her liver issue.
Not my liver issue, my iron issue.
Iron issue, sorry, her iron issue. Does that mean Amy loves onion or liver?
No.
She hates it.
Are you kidding me?
She absolutely hates it, but she'll eat it.
Yeah.
All right? Alex, Amy, and I had a conversation the other day about oysters. Amy, by far, is not a fussy eater. We can make jokes about it, but she's not a fussy eater. She really isn't. Amy can be a little selective when it comes to things that she's never seen or heard of. Oysters is acquired.
Yeah.
If you had it before, you like it, you don't. But if you've never had it or seen it, you're probably going to be a little fussy on it. You may not give it an opportunity. I say give it the chance, but some people won't because it is what it is. Right? But I'm not here to, actually I'm going to get you to do a taste test in a second.
Okay.
I'm not here to try to promote any religion or any culture's food, lifestyles, or anything like that. I am, however, here to promote another form of culture, the Poul's kitchen culture, and that's to try to reduce your sodium, reduce your sugar, try to be healthy, and that leads me into my next segment before we do a taste test. And this is something I'm very proud of Amy, and she's the one that got me, she's the one that got Alex and a lot of other people into. It's on top of trying to eat healthier, it's let's try to get out and start moving. Amy, can you tell me a little bit about Cashwalk, please?
It's an app on your phone that you download, and you basically get gift cards
For walking. So you can get Amazon cards. I collect Lego, Star Wars Lego. I got a pretty expensive set for free just by her walking.
Yeah.
So.
And me doing other apps too.
But it was a lot of walking though.
Yeah.
It's called Cashwalk. Go to Google Play or your iPhone's equivalent and check it out. Amy, can you please come over? This is my chicken souvlaki relish. Is that good?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's nice and healthy. No sugar, no salt, not a lot of anything else in it. I could put hot sauce in it. I might put it in hers.
No. You'd ruin it.
Yeah, I would. But I mean, I'm just going to take a quick bite.
It's really good.
Oh yeah. That's awesome. It's a lot more than we need for today's serving. Just going to cover that. We're going to put that in the fridge. When we're ready to start serving, that's what we're going to have. So we'll be back in a little bit. If you haven't already, please hit the like, share, subscribe. Amy, thanks for being with us.
All right.
Alex, thanks for filming us. And
No problem.
Welcome back. So we already got our meat marinated. We got our relish, and now we're going to work on our favorite part. I know it's Amy's, tzatziki sauce. Before we begin, please hit the like, share, subscribe button. And I want to call out a member of our audience that we're really proud of, somebody that calls us mom and dad. She does have parents, but we have a different relationship, and that's Jess. When we started Poul's Kitchen way back, we met her through another chat server, and she was struggling with diabetes. Amy, am I exaggerating if I said that if it wasn't for her changing her lifestyle, she'd probably be in a coma, or worse yet, she'd be dead?
Yeah.
Diabetes is not something to mess around with, and if you don't have supportive parents to back you up as a child, to help you change your diet, to help you change your lifestyle, it can kill you. Amy and I are both diabetic, and if we didn't watch it, if we didn't take care of it, we'd both be there. I've been in the hospital almost going into a coma once, actually twice. It's thanks to Amy that I got around that. Amy started being diabetic, and we've both been working really hard at it. We're doing well, but Jess, she's been working really hard lately, and we want to acknowledge that publicly. Jess, you're doing really awesome, and we're proud to be able to say today that she actually is well beyond where her level should be. She's doing awesome. Thanks, Jess. We appreciate the acknowledgement, and thanks to Amy, Alex, and I. We've really done a lot of good stuff for her, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Amy's super happy about it.
I'm really happy about it.
I'm really happy about it. So tzatziki sauce, and this is not as hard. Get a food processor, guys. Really, get a food processor. So we're going to start off with one large cucumber, and this is probably going to take a few runs. It is what it is. And we're going to try to get it down to as much of a pulp like this. Now you can grate this. I've seen somebody suggest using a box grater. You know how you cut cheese with. And I'm going to put this on some paper towel, and you'll see why in a minute. And yeah, you can use a box grater. I mean, it'll work, but you know, food processor, I'm sorry, is just really awesome.
It works a lot better and it's faster.
It's much faster. It's just so much more faster. Like honestly, Amy will tell you the same thing as me. When we're sitting making food, it's so much easier just to sit and do this than it is to just agree to anything else. I mean, you can even shove cheese in this.
Yeah.
And of course, the thing Amyism, which Amy should be over here growling at me for that. Now putting the blade in.
Oh.
Basically, we're not going to need the food processor anymore. I don't think. I think we got everything. Like, honestly, that probably took a good 20 minutes out of your cook time, guys.
Yeah.
20 minutes. Pick up even the cheap one, doesn't matter, doesn't have to be best quality in the world, but just get a food processor. Like, it's the greatest thing I ever had. It just makes life so much better. Like, seriously, it does. Okay, so this is the container I'm going to use here. Now what I'm going to do is use the paper towel and try to wring this out a little bit. I mean, see how wet that is?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't have to be perfectly dry. But just try your best to get rid of some of this liquid out of this. Because the cucumber is very wet.
Yeah. It has a lot of moisture in it.
It does. And this is another reason why we don't want salt. Because all salt's going to do is just going to drag the moisture out. Like, salt does not help that. I mean, see? Look at that. Look at the pool of water. Amy, what do you think about that?
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
I didn't think cucumber had that much.
It does.
Yeah.
I mean, you learn something new every day, right?
Yeah.
So, this may not necessarily be the best container, and God knows Amy's going to get mad at me for the mess.
No.
Starting to get mad at myself. Okay, so I think that's enough cucumber. just going to give this a quick roll rinse. Amy loves it when I cook because this means that she has a lot of work to do to clean. So I'm going to put a spoonful of garlic. I may have to take this all out here eventually and redo this. I think this should be good enough though. Now I'm going to take a lemon. Try to put a little bit more in here. There we go. Now we only got 2 more ingredients, or no, actually no we don't. I lied and said that we only,
I think 3 more ingredients.
we do. But this is a really important part, and this is called fresh dill. And I don't need the food processor for this, so I can just do this quickly by hand. Dill is something that, you know what, when you're going grocery shopping, if you see it, pick it up. It's pretty good stuff. It gives a nice flavor, and I think that even may be a little bit too much. So I'm gonna not even use half of that. I think I'll use this. You good enough? Pretty messy, right?
Yeah.
It is what it is. So I'm just gonna take a moment. I'm just gonna give this a nice little stir right now. Yeah, this should probably be good actually. Not as bad as I thought. Now for one of the most important parts. The part that Amy's gonna cry over. On over, Amy. I want everybody to see you cry.
Why?
And the reason you're gonna ask folks is why Amy's gonna cry is she's gonna have some yogurt she's not gonna be allowed to eat.
Aww.
You see, and this is actually serious. Amy really likes yogurt. There's a show called Brooklyn Nine-Nine. There's this really large cop. I mean, he's a big black man that's obsessed with weightlifting.
Oh yeah, Terry Crews.
Yeah, he's like one of my favorite actors of all time. He's funny as anything.
Yeah.
And he's really super cool. Like I think he's one of the greatest. Super great. But one of those things like Terry likes yogurt. Talks in the third person like The Rock.
Yeah.
He's hilarious. Like if you haven't seen the show, a really cool thing you can do is go on YouTube and just watch clips of it. It's an amazing show.
It's on Netflix too, I think.
Probably.
If you have Netflix.
Might just have to get Netflix tonight so we're gonna start watching that.
Yeah.
Because that was an amazing show.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to put quite a bit of Greek yogurt in there, and just to be nice to Amy.
You're gonna save some for
I'm
me?
gonna save a little bit for her.
Aww.
Because just like Terry, Amy likes yogurt.
I love yogurt.
And that's Greek yogurt. Now, professionally, I'm going to tell you, big secret here, use a little bit of mayonnaise. Then I'm going to let Amy stick the knife in there and give her a good stir.
Now?
Not yet.
Okay.
Close. Just a little bit of mayo, because what that's going to do, and you can stir that now, please.
If I can, it's pretty full.
Yeah, it is pretty full.
Try to stick the knife all the way down.
I am. I was working on that.
And it might be better just to pour it into it something else and then do it, but
Yeah. Or a spoon. A small spoon may help. Or I may be getting it.
I think she's getting it.
Okay.
But the thing is, when you're doing this, you definitely want mayonnaise, not Miracle Whip. If that's all you have, then that's all you have. But if you can, if you're going out to buy it, you definitely use real mayonnaise. It's better, but it helps thicken it. Because if you use yogurt, it's not necessarily going to be going to always have the right texture. It's going to be a little thinner.
Do we put that in?
No. You want to have a nice little, you want to have a good thick texture to it.
There, I got it.
Okay, perfect. So Amy, carefully just take a little small taste test.
Mmm.
Oh yeah, that's good.
That's really good.
So,
I need to clean that off.
Yeah.
Though.
so what we're gonna do is we're gonna let this sit here for a little bit. We come back, we're gonna cook the meat, and we're gonna be ready to plate. We're almost done, guys. So thanks for coming back. Stay tuned. We're almost done. We just got to get Amy off her games for a little bit, her addiction, and clean up the kitchen a little bit. Thanks for being here, Amy. We really
No
love
problem.
it. And we'll be back. Welcome back. So we're almost done. Our chicken souvlaki. This is going to be an amazing dish. And I guarantee you, Amy's going to mouth into this so quick it's not going to be funny. And I don't blame her because this is really good. So we got some tin foil. And then we've got, I know a lot of people use pita bread, but I'm going to use tortillas. And this is triple baked tomato salsa. It's going to be wonderful. It just gives it a little bit of extra flavor value to it. Amy and I being diabetic, we don't want a whole lot of wheat. Tortillas seem to be a little bit better. Corn tortillas are a little bit nicer. And if you notice, they should wrap better.
Yeah.
Right? So if we bought just the traditional pita bread, they're a little tricky, right? Nobody likes that. Nobody does. So here we got our marinated, and it's been here for over 24 hours. Our chicken that's been marinating and all its goodness. So this pan, like we've been talking about, has been heating. You want to have that preheated so that when this goes in, and we don't want to just dump this in because chances are it didn't do it, but a lot of it will splash. And we don't want splash. Because chances are if it starts splashing up, you're here, you dump it in, and what's going to end up happening is it's going to splash in your face, you're going to get burned. We've all done this rookie mistake where we're not necessarily as careful as we want to be. This is chicken, so we want to make sure that this is fully cooked. And Alex, you can come in here, buddy.
Sure.
You can see how it's come back together.
Yeah.
The sauce has been nice and thickened out here. Amy, you have a better sense of scent than I do. Can you smell that?
No.
No?
I can.
Alex and I are recovering from quitting smoking, so our scents aren't necessarily the greatest. Amy, on the other hand, has been, a perfect example of what you should have been in life. Amy doesn't drink. She's never touched a drug in her life. She's never touched a cigarette in her life. I don't want to make her sound like she's Miss Goody Two-Shoes. She's had her past mistakes like everybody else. She ain't perfect. But when it comes to a lot of things, Amy has been a lot smarter than the rest of us. And that's what it is. I've been guilty and I'm calling myself an idiot for it. But we all got stupid, picked up a cigarette, picked up alcohol, picked up a drug. I've never done a drug in my life, and I'm proud of that. But I've smoked and I've drank. Amy's never done that, and I'm proud of her for it. And I'm going to tell you something right now. If you know me at all, you'll understand what I'm about to say. I owe my wife my life. Mm-hmm. Because if it wasn't for her constant support and backup, I probably wouldn't be here right now. Because she's the most awesome thing I've ever had in my life. I love you.
I love you too.
So as this cooks down, we want to make sure we're continuing to break this out. Now, chicken souvlaki, a lot of people are going to use chicken thighs. Best thing to use, boneless chicken thighs. There's more flavor into it, and it cooks really well too. However, when it comes to making this, use whatever you have. I mean, Amy, would you want chicken souvlaki? Are you, or anything else really, are you going to rush to sort of get the exact cut you want?
No.
Or are you just going to use what you have?
Use what I have.
See, common sense. A whole part of what we try to teach in Paul's Kitchen is to try to teach you how to try to save your money, not eat like bad things, and try to improve your health and your lifestyle. Because I mean, often you can go to this, if you go to the grocery store at the right time, there'll be reduced meats. This is what you want to make tonight, or you think this might be good. It's reduced. As long as you eat it tonight, or you sit at your deep freeze, you save a lot of money. And I mean, another really good tip: get a deep freeze. You can get a small one. They're great. I mean, you go to the store and you, like, what was it, Amy? We spent $100 on basically $500 worth of meat because it was all reduced. Like, I mean, what a good deal. I mean, really it is. Like, seriously. Biggest part with chicken, now we're using ground chicken, so this isn't going to take much time at all to do. This is actually going to be really quick. But make sure your chicken's all the way cooked. If that means you have to cut it out a little bit, that's fine. If you're serving to somebody else and they have a problem with your cooking because you cut a little bit in just to make sure it's fully cooked, that's their problem and they're stupid. Really. You need to make sure it's cooked. I mean, because I'm sure Alex would be real angry with us if we served him rotten chicken.
Yeah.
Or raw chicken. You need to make sure that your food is up to a certain standard, because people will judge you on that. And to be honest with you, nobody needs to go to work sick because they got food poisoned. I know we've done it from certain people from time to time, but it is what it is. But with Amy and I, we don't do that. So this is a wrap, and so we got that on here. Now, some people put cheese and they'll put some hot sauce on there. I'm not going to do any of that. Amy's already warned me about it today. Amy, have I burned you out this weekend?
Yeah.
I've really burned her out. I feel bad for it because, I mean, we made rooster soup yesterday, or cock soup.
Yeah.
And Amy, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to burn you out that much. No. I tried to.
I told you.
I know. I tried to make it a little hot for her, but unfortunately it backfired a little bit on me because it was really hot.
I found it really spicy too.
Yeah. I wasn't planning, I wasn't going for the nuclear, let's bomb Amy to the ground mode. I like to get a little bit of reaction, but that was a little bit much. So that's how it looks here and there. Like, we don't have a lot of meat, so I mean, unfortunately, they're not going to be as packed as I would kind of like it to be, but it is what it is. And what we're going to do is we're going to come back here and we're going to wrap it up. This is not meant to take out of the wrapper and fold. Hold it back and eat it like a normal pita. And I'm gonna get a fork out. So my guinea pig, I mean Alex, is gonna take first bite. I know Amy's looking forward to this. Amy really loves chicken souvlaki. She really does.
Yeah.
Not just making fun of her. She
It looked
really
really
does.
good.
Oh, have you ever had one?
No, I haven't.
Oh, they're really good. So just unwrap it and just eat it like with a normal pita. Or like a donair, really. It's a lot like a donair, but the sauce is entirely different. They don't taste the same. How is it?
It's really good.
Like, describe the flavors.
It's creamy. It's kind of sweet from the dill, and it's savory.
Yeah, it should be really good, right?
Yeah.
So, please hit the like, share, subscribe button.
Yes.
We love you, and until next time, stay safe, and I hope you enjoy it. If you watch this video or do anything, just let us know and drop it in the comments. Say bye, Amy.
Bye.